Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tusk Gaming. In this episode, I'm showing you the power of the Deep Gnome Wizard. That's right, wizards aren't normally my thing, but I've been playing this character for a couple of weeks now, and I love it. And I just want to say, thanks to everybody out there that gave me your tips on how to produce a pretty decent wizard. And we're going to get into this thing in just a moment. But I just wanted to say, I hope everybody's doing well out there, and my prayers go out to everyone, and can hardly wait till this quarantine thing is over. Stay safe, be smart, and let's get into this episode.
Welcome to Tusk Gaming. Please like, subscribe, and get notified.
From the depths of the Underdark, I escaped. Loth, the goddess of spiders herself, couldn't hold me in those dark, nightmarish cells. All I needed was a single crystal cone, and the courage to speak the words in my native tongue to rip free from her grasp. And so I did. Now free from the darkness, I crusade against the evil in this land and wherever I may go in the future. Now, let's take a look at my Deep Gnome stats. Now, the strength we've got at 20. These are the base stats. I am level 17, and Intel is at 25, Constitution is at 19, and then we've got some base things going on here. Maximum hit points is at 333, and then we've got 1307 on my spell points. Now, this is quite interesting. The Skeletal Death Knight, it has 620 hit points. He's pretty tough. Now, this is a complete build on the Deep Gnome, I should say, chassis. I did do it myself. I assigned all the points so I could pick my spells. It's very important when you go to do this build that you pick your own spells. The most important ones that you're going to want is really going to be, displacement. You're going to want probably knock, definitely night shield. You're going to want the death auras, the lesser and the standard death aura. And then beyond that, you're going to want some firepower. You're going to want acid. And you're going to want like delayed blast, fireball. As you progress in level, you're going to want to make sure you balance fire and acid together. The acid really affects, I should say, 95% of everything in DDO, unless if I'm mistaken. Please correct me in the comments. I know you will. Now, the interesting thing when the 9th level spells is this acid well. This thing does massive damage. I do have Thunderstroke. It is a single target spell. And then, of course, Teleport's always useful, as well as Mass Teleport when you're dealing with groups. And Sunburst is awesome whenever you're dealing with mass amounts of undead. Now, we're going to go ahead and equip everything that I've got. Some of these items are, pretty standard. I have gotten some improvements along the way, and then after we equip all of this wonderful gear that I've gotten and found and bought, we're going to show you the stats one more time just for clarity here. This is what we've got now: 29 strength, 17 dex, 27 constitution. My hit points are over 401. I did take Shroud of the Wraith in my enhancements. Now, we're going to take a look at the enhancement tree in here in just a moment. I just wanted to kind of show you all of my awesome abilities here on the active side of things. So, the main focus points is going to be your Necromantic Blast. Improved Mage Armor is going to be key, as well as, of course, like I said, the Shroud of the Wraith, and then the spell word Acid is what I'm going to be using, and then I've got Stone Skin on the fly. Control R, bring up the enhancement tree, and then this is where I've got all my enhancements underneath the Pale Master. And up there is where the Necromantic Blast is. It affects a single target as well as a little array, like a little circumference, if you will, surrounding targets. We've got Negative Energy Conduit, Negative Energy Adept, and then, you know, Unholy Avatar and Animate Ally. I picked this because I did a dungeon with a Paladin, and the Paladin went down a couple of times. And so I figured that was going to be advantageous to have moving forward. And it's actually pretty funny watching a Holy Paladin as an undead zombie killing stuff. So in any event, this is just where I've got everything at. It is working out quite well. This is a mage build that revolves around a lot of melee aspects. So this is going to be fun to watch. So we're going to go ahead and get everything straightened out, make sure I've got everything good to go, and then we are going to go ahead and get into this thing. Alright, all buffed, ready to go, and let's do this thing. I'm gonna equip my Venom Blade. Makes it a whole lot easier. I love this thing. Yeah, I'm not doing huge damage, but I'm not casting any spells I don't need to. See, right now I'm using the Lesser Aura. Just so you know, that's the one I'm using. That is that up there. And they're just trying to bombard me here. So survivability on this build is very high. All you have to do is, you know, kind of learn how to play as a mage fighter. And that's going to be pretty easy to do. You don't really have to worry about a whole lot. You know, you just make sure whenever you need healing, you just pop on an aura. Now I've been using the lesser one. If I'm getting damaged pretty good, I'm having problems, or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna want to make sure that I, you know, put on a better aura. So as you can see, like the Death Knight. Now I do have this dungeon on Elite, but you know, I'm also doing this solo. I'm still learning to play this wizard the way it needs to be played, and that's why we're showcasing it in today's episode. We want people to have fun that haven't played something ever, and make a expedient gnome wizard. Now, if these were flesh rensers, then they would be going down with those fireballs. So let's see what the Death Aura does, the standard one, not the lesser. So it heals for a considerable more amount of damage, which is awesome. So I hit this, boom. If I want to back it up, I can use the Negative Energy Burst, which is another spell that you want to pick. You want to make sure you pick that one as well when you're choosing your own spell. So if you're going to do this build, you've got to do the long way. You don't want to take the pre-build Deep Gnome. You want to put the points where you want. That way you can pick the spells that's going to be required for this build, which is, you know, around negative energy. Now, the particular Shroud of the Wraith comes with death block. There we go. See if I can. I got it. Nice. Oop. And it's an area of effect AoE there, so he's a little tougher. Good damage, definitely good damage, and pick your bags up because you know, you can get some of those bronze triangle things and you know, get some cooler items. Now, I was gonna try this on Reaper, don't get me wrong, but I didn't realize I had out-leveled the dungeon because I've been playing this dungeon quite a bit and some other things, and I didn't realize I out-leveled that that possibility. So, I guess something to note: you've only if you're 3 levels or under, you can do Reapers. If you are, you know, 4 levels and over the dungeon, you cannot. So, just fun fact. And we'll just throw in a little bit more protection. Good to go. And that's why my map is lit, is because of course I've done this thing. So even though I didn't do full damage, I still did 400 hit points of damage with that delayed blast fireball, which is pretty good considering the resistance that these things have. So, and this Envenom blade, man, that thing's awesome. Give you a quick look at that. You can pause it. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd have to say that's my favorite weapon ever. Oh, need to get my chest. Really. Sellables. Got a sellable in there. It's all good. No big deal. We'll hit this. We'll just put that on. Yeah, so this is a fun build. If you guys have not made one, you gotta at least make one. Make one of these. You gotta make one of these. You just gotta get an Envenom blade, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. And that skill is out of my enhancement tree, and it only costs 12 spell points to cast. That's amazing. It is amazing. So tell me, what is your favorite wizard build down in the comments, because that's really what this video is all about. It's all about really the wizard, although we're showcasing the deep gnome wizard spec of the I don't know, it's kind of like another version of a death knight, but it's a wizard based instead of paladin based. Oh, here we go. Throw some of those up. Oh, I'm just gonna do this right here. Boom. Hey, look at that. Dead. All of them. And that was the acid well. Man, that thing's a very powerful item. We're just gonna clear this out. I like to do full clears whenever possible, especially on higher level dungeons. You know, you're on elite and whatnot. Let's do the full thing instead of I'm on Reaper, I'm jumping around, avoiding 90% of everything. Oh, look, I got a battle on the boss guy. So, Now let's really get down and dirty. Fireball there. Necromantic. And even though that was a regular necromantic bolt, and I think still did a lot of damage. Alright guys, I got them all lit now, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the final boss. As you can see, I have not rested at all, and so we'll just, you know, this one should be easy. Fireball. Do not use any negative energy. Acid well is good. No problem. Wizard wins again. So tell me what your thoughts are down in the comments. What do you think about wizards? It's interesting how, you know, your perspective can change once you really do deep dive into a class. They're all good. They all have their specialties. They all can be overpowered in a sense. It's all about how you play, your style of gaming, as well as the gear you have for them, and what you enjoy most when you play a character. That's really what it is. You know, what you love is what you should play. Alright guys, thanks for tuning into this episode. Keeping it real here at Tusk Reaper Gaming. We will catch you next time.
Thank you for watching Tusk Reaper Gaming. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.